and watch them 24/7 at your convenience. Bermuda Broadcasting wants to make it easy for you to stay up to date with your local news. So please sign up to watch us on Facebook Live 24/7 for up-to-date news from Bermuda Broadcasting.
Fresh Purdue Value Pack chicken thighs with drumsticks only $1.99 per pound. All varieties of potatoes just $4.99 for a 5-pound bag. Dole pineapple slices for your Christmas ham only $1.89 for a 20-ounce tin. For your mac and cheese, Catelli macaroni just $1.89 for a 500-gram box. Tropicana premium orange juice only $5.49 for a 59-ounce bottle. Visit our website at www.marketplace.bm for more weekly specials.
You can count on us.
Live from Bermuda Broadcasting, this is ZBM TV9 News.
Good evening, everyone. It's Thursday, December 7th, 2017. I'm Jasmine Patterson, and thanks for joining us tonight. Our top story, impaired driving is one of the leading causes of road traffic fatalities and incidents, which has reached boiling point in Bermuda, with 14 road deaths in 2017 so far and 21 collisions recorded in one weekend. Road safety officials tonight making a desperate plea for calm. It's become a depressingly familiar phrase.
Bermuda is currently in a crisis when it comes to road safety.
In particular, the minister appeals to the island's young men to slow down. But drug and alcohol use are also a top concern.
Most importantly, our people need to stop driving while impaired by substances. That is perhaps one of the chief sources of why people are dying.
The figures are startling. The number one cause of deaths outside of disease or illness is transport accidents at 34%. If you've overindulged, Cauda's-free Let Us Drive service is available right here from Front Street every Saturday night this month. The anti-drink driving agency also calling for more action.
Cauda called for the establishment of an Alcohol Bureau of Control, sobriety checkpoints, a revision of the BAC levels, social hosting legislation, and here we are, almost a decade later, 117 fatalities, 23,000 crashes. Is it not time that we act?
Over 2,000 bartenders and servers have been tip certified since 2008 and are reminded of their responsibilities.
Remember the 4 behavior cues. Remember the 6 intoxication rate factors, and please remember it is against the law to serve somebody that is visibly intoxicated.
The Bermuda Police Service has taken to Twitter to try to reach an audience that will listen to the harsh realities.
Statistically, over the Christmas season, we will lose another life on the roads. Whilst not intended to sound morbid, the reality is, could this be you? Could this be your loved one?
Speaking from personal experience, Chair of the Road Safety Council urges drivers to think of their families before engaging in risky behaviors.
The aftermath for families and friends is lifelong. You never get over it. That pain is with you every single day. The police can't be everywhere. The government is not to blame for you making a decision to speed or drink and drive, making the nip, doing a wheelie when you're going around a blind bend. That's not the government's responsibility, or the police, for that matter. It's your responsibility.
And one young voice makes a plea to his peers.
We have all been there when a friend needs a ride home, and it's just down the road. But on the way, if something happens, and you are involved in a collision or pulled over, how will you feel?
Police will be out in their numbers enforcing the law against the worst behaviors on the roads, dangerous and impaired driving. Take note, don't become a statistic. Martha Dismont, Executive Director of the Family Center, says she too is concerned with the number of road traffic collisions and that adults can help to prevent bad driving habits through family conversations. It's an issue, she says, that may stem from financial anxieties.
Our roads feel like they're very dangerous. I think there are a lot of young people who, we all watch them speed past us, etc. That's about well, who knows what it's about, but at the end of the day, you get a feeling that if families aren't paying attention to what's going on in their family, children are just speeding back and forth or moving about without some real sense of responsibility because the family isn't paying attention to the responsibility that children need to have. I've watched my daughter and talked to my daughter for all of her years about how she drives on these roads, and she's a very careful driver, and I'm very grateful for that. I think there may be, I believe, and many of the young people I talk to, there's a prevalence of smoking marijuana on the island in young people. And therefore, we have to be concerned about whether or not within the young people that are having incidents, whether there's alcohol or marijuana involved. There is a lot of anxiety in families. I think we all have an experience of driving on our roads. I think it could be a combination of our roads are a bit overgrown. Sometimes you can't see around a corner. We have more cars on the road. We have a number of things. So there is a lot of concern and anxiety in family, and when there's a lot of concern and anxiety, you're not paying attention to your children. You're trying to get to that job. You're trying to get that job. You're trying to keep that job. You're trying to, So it feels like the community, particularly a certain level of our community, is very concerned about whether or not they're going to be able to survive in this economic situation we're in with high costs. I think there are more people that are getting jobs. I've watched that, and I see people working. But I do think that it's still not enough because the economy is such a high-cost economy. We have to do something about the high cost.
Stay with us. More news after the break.
When you shop online, the cheapest, quickest, and easiest way to bring your packages into Bermuda is with U.S. Express at mailboxes.
I enjoy the service because it's fast and I get my packages in good time. And I like how they shrink it so that you don't have to pay as much. And I get cashback rewards, which are great.
For me, it was about convenience. I work in town and convenience is the number one thing.
Sign up for a U.S. Express account at www.mailboxesunlimited.com today.
Santa suits.
And party hats.
Letters sent.
Gifts neatly wrapped.
It must be Christmas. Let the magic begin.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Colonial, where people come first.
Your home, your life, security. Be fire and burglar free. Right from your phone, monitor, control. Lock safes, doors, gates, business, family safe. You're on the go, and that's okay. BSG with you every
Bermuda Security Group, your security, life safety, and monitoring experts. We're with you every step of the way. Bermuda Security Group, BSG.BM.
Thanks for staying with us. Education Minister Diallo Rebane tonight reiterating that he has no operational control over the Department of Education. The minister feeling it necessary to remind people of this fact after he had received numerous inquiries about the vacant position of Commissioner of Education. We broke the story last night that Cedar Bridge Academy Principal Kalmar Richards has been appointed acting Commissioner of Education until a substantive replacement for Dr. Freddie Evans is found. Minister Rebane, however, offering this assurance to parents, students, and staff.
What I can do is assure students, parents, teachers, staff, and principals that the Department of Education is in every school on any given day, providing our students with quality teaching and instruction. As I make this assurance, I do so knowing that while the position of Commissioner has been vacant, the work has continued. The ministry and the department, as well as school principals and the administrators, are making sure all education requirements are met and work is progressing as set out at the commencement of the school year. To assist with the progress that is happening in our schools, Ms. Kalmar Richards has been asked to act in this interim period as Commissioner of Education. I am pleased to learn that she willingly accepted and will start on Monday, December 11th. Ms. Richards is no stranger to us or to our community. For the past 20 years, she has provided exemplary leadership and stewardship as the principal of Cedar Bridge Academy.
Mr. Rebane revealing the next step once a substantive education commissioner is found.
The next step will be for the Board of Education to begin the search for a suitable candidate. The Board of Education is responsible for advertising, interviewing, and selecting a candidate for referral to the Public Service Commission for final approval. As I announced last week, the Ministry, the Department, and the Board of Education have completed the community-driven, multi-year strategy Plan 2022, which is available for the public to review on our website.
All eyes tonight on Parliament Hill, which is expected to see a showdown over same-sex marriages. The controversial domestic partnership bill, which would replace gay marriages, is expected to come up for a vote tomorrow. However, as Tarai Trott tells us, don't expect things to be straightforward.
When the bill comes up for mention in the House of Assembly come Friday, all expectations are that it will be passed, with the PLP expected to let its MPs decide on their conscience and the opposition OBA voting under the whip against it. Needless to say, those in support of gay marriages are crying foul and warning the island is risking its international reputation. One of those issuing that warning is Mark Anderson, who is the man behind drag character Sybil Barrington.
My faith and my hope will be that the Senate doesn't approve it. And because, as you know, it's still got to go to the Senate. And after that, it's still got to go to the governor. And the governor has to sign off on it. So I'm hopeful that the powers that be of the Senate will not sign off on it. We have other parts of the world, like the United Nations, that is looking at everything that we do. Keeping in mind, you still have the ships that that have moved forward in advertising their plight to have same-sex couples married on their ships. And this could be an economic downturn for Bermuda.
Overall, Mr. Anderson, who himself is openly gay, says he is unfazed by the impending vote to end gay marriage as it currently stands.
Based on, Wayne Furbert, he basically said that he was going to be relentless, to move forward on this issue. So I'm not surprised by all of this.
Same-sex couple Winston Godwin and Greg DeRoche, whose legal challenge in the Supreme Court earlier this year paved the way for same-sex marriages, look at the domestic partnerships bill with dismay.
I think it's frustrating because it's like, why? There's a framework in place. There's a framework in place that allows everyone to be married and have their marriages recognized.
Mr. Godwin is puzzled by the reasons put forth against gay marriage.
I guess the reasoning behind it is really only one, and that's the religious argument of it. Other than, I haven't talked, when I speak to people about it, it's what other arguments are there, and it's because this is what I was taught.
Asked if he viewed the government's attempts as a personal affront, Mr. DeRoche telling us,
I don't view it so much so as personally against myself, more so the community, the greater community, the LGBTQ community.
Mr. DeRoche ultimately believing the government should not be taking any action at all.
That ruling in regards to the human rights, it's been made, and we need to respect that. They're human rights. We don't want to go backwards.
What do you say to those who will argue that at the end of the day, Bermuda is just too conservative as a community? It's just not ready yet for.
I keep hearing this. We're not ready yet. If not now, when? It takes talking to us, talking to members of the community, recognizing that, they're just another unhappy married couple. They're not that exciting. We pay bills, get groceries, we do the same things that anybody else does.
That was Tarai Trott reporting. The couple believes gays in the community need to make themselves more visible in order to humanize themselves to others. Well, fair weather conditions are expected over the next few days until Sunday, when you may need to bring out your rain gear. Let's head over to the AccuWeather headquarters for the details.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
Good evening. Hopefully you enjoyed this beautiful day we had here today in Bermuda. A bit gusty out there, winds a little bit breezy, but sunshine, temperatures nice and warm. We do have a front that's going to be off to the north and west of us. It's going to stall out, so it's going to stay away from us, and that means our weather is going to stay just like this for the next couple of days. Taking a closer look, here's that front, and it is not going to reach us. We could see, of course, a stray shower pretty much any time. A couple of clouds moving through, but the next rain event we're going to see won't be until Sunday. So taking a look right now, about 72 degrees across the island. Humidity 74%. Winds out of the southwest 12 to 16 knots. The water temperature still warm at 70 degrees. Waves inside the reef 2 to 3, outside 5 to 9. And we do have a small craft advisory in place through tomorrow, and I do expect it will be back in place over the weekend. So for tonight, we're going to stay nice and clear but breezy. Temperatures around 70 degrees for our low. Tomorrow, beautiful sunshine. Again, it's going to be a lot like today, so a bit breezy out there, but staying dry and pretty much very pleasant conditions. Temperatures at 76. That is above average. So here we are with our high tide times. The first one, 11:41 p.m. today, and then the second one at 12:08 p.m. on Friday. Now, if you're traveling, we have a couple other forecasts for you. Toronto, cold, 34 degrees, kind of gloomy as well. New York, dry at 43, and Boston, 41. Now, hear this. Atlanta, that's where we could see some snowy weather. A wintry mix here, which is kind of unusual down south, 39 degrees. Miami, some rain, staying warm at 86. In London, 40 degrees with some sunshine there. In Jamaica, it's a hot, humid, kind of wet day. 91 degrees for the high. We're going to see some showers. Trinidad, 88 degrees. And again, some pop-up showers should be expected. Friday and Saturday, we are cruising just like we are today. Nice conditions, a bit breezy. Temperatures above average at 76. Now, Sunday, that's when a front will move through, and we are going to see rain. Even a thunderstorm should be expected. Gusty winds as well. So Sunday is definitely going to be kind of a yucky day out there. Winds could be near gale force. And then after that, we're going to be drying out for Monday and Tuesday. Mix of clouds and sun, a bit cooler, down to 70 degrees, but that's right about average. Stay tuned to Ocean 89, Power 95, and Inspire 105 for all your latest news and weather.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
Christmas in Bermuda is a special time for most of us. Unfortunately, for some families in Bermuda, there is no warm Christmas. This year, many families will be in need. It's the 29th anniversary of the Lions Clubs of Bermuda and the Marketplace helping share the Christmas spirit, so let's help take care of each other. Shop at any Marketplace, shopping center, Modern Mart, or A1 stores and purchase extra tins and non-perishable items. Once you have purchased these items, place your food donations into Santa's bin located at the front of the store. The Lions Clubs will collect your food contributions and assemble them into hampers to be delivered to the families in need around the island. Christmas comes once a year. Help make it a special time for every family in Bermuda. Sponsored in part by the Bermuda Broadcasting Company and the Royal Gazette.
Peter Dorhardt basically said, 1 part sailboat racing and 9 parts everything else. He was dead on.
All of us were sort of on eggshells going in saying, this is big, and are we going to be able to do this?
It's happening in Bermuda, which is a new location, a new dynamic, a different community, so many different aspects around it that you're almost slaying imaginary dragons.
And it's easy to be discouraged by the amount of work that you have to do in the time that you have.
I put myself out there personally, but I think Bermuda also, we put ourselves out there as a country.
Bermuda delivered on everything they said they'd do.
I think the America's Cup is an amazing spectacle and experience, but by the same token, it's really about those other 9 parts.
PALS, the cancer care charity, had the opening of their Christmas trees of remembrance in the Washington Mall. PALS has been improving the quality of life for cancer patients and their families for over 35 years. The new executive director, Colleen English de Grilla.
PALS has had the memorial tree since 1994. It started as just a memorial tree where people would put ribbons and bows on, and there was no donations requested, but it has turned into now a fundraiser that people like to give money to PALS, but it's more about the memories. It's more about, remembering your loved ones that have passed away from cancer, putting a bow or a ribbon on the tree. People write special messages, or you'll see leave lipstick marks, and then after the holiday we burn all the memories and put them out to sea.
Is it only for those who have died of cancer?
No, it's for anybody. Anybody that isn't remembering a loved one at the holidays can put up a.
What has been the general target, or is there a target that you're trying to reach?
Monetarily? Yeah. No, because like I said, it started out not as since 1994 we've probably raised over $300,000, but it's not. We don't look for money. It's really just a time for people to be able to. They come and talk to our volunteers about how much they miss their loved ones. It's more about just remembering.
Sure. And we have the little ones from MSA.
Sing.
In sports news, Bermuda swimmers break records in Canada. A middle distance runner competes for the first time in college, and referee instructor wants people to think global. Earl Basden has the details of these stories and more in tonight's Sports Report.
The Dailies were all back in action on day 3 of the 2017 Youth Swimming Cup in Canada, representing the North York Aquatic Club. All three, Elijah, Elon, and Ethan, all broke Bermuda records on the day in their age groups. Elon Daly picked up a gold medal in the girls' 12-year-old 100-meter IM with a record-breaking time of 106.08, breaking her own record time of 107.49. The girls' 12-year-old 100-meter butterfly gold medal was also captured by Elon Daly, who recorded a time of 105.08. Elijah Daly stood atop of the podium after winning the boys' 11-12 100-meter butterfly. This after breaking his brother Ethan's record time of 108.42 when he touched the wall in a time of 108.13. The boys' 11-year-old 200-meter IM gold medal was won by Elijah Daly, who clocked a time of 2:36.42. Elijah Daly would also win the boys' 11-year-old 400-meter freestyle, touching the wall in a time of 4:56.07. Ethan Daly competed in the boys' 16 and over 100-meter IM A final, finishing 6th, clocking a time of 101.44, which broke his previous record of 102.55. Ethan Daly would also feature in the boys' 16 and over 200-meter IM A final, finishing 8th, clocking a time of 2:13.95.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by the all-new Boundary at Fairmount, Southampton, the West End's only sports bar. Catch all the action and enjoy smoked to perfection barbecue, beer, and other pub favorites. It's game on at Boundary.
May Otterbridge and her University of Hartford indoor women's track and field teammates made their 2017-18 debut with a strong showing at the Alden Invitational hosted by Brown University. Otterbridge took to the track for the first time in the school colors, competing in the women's 1,000 meters. Otterbridge finished 5th, stopping the clock in a time of 3:18.98. Otterbridge was a member of the University of Hartford's women's B 4x400 meter relay team that finished 7th, clocking a time of 4:37. During a recent interview, CONCACAF and FIFA referee instructor Victor Stewart from Jamaica offered these words to anyone thinking of refereeing.
If you're thinking about officiating in Bermuda alone, please leave.
Right.
You should be thinking globally, regionally. I want to become a referee so that I can go out into the Caribbean, into CONCACAF, and service the game at that level, and eventually doing FIFA World Cup games at all age group. The same thing for the assessors and instructors. I want to be able to go to a Caribbean tournament, a CONCACAF tournament, and officiate there. So that is the mentality. I think one of the changes we need to make as a people in the Caribbean, in the smaller island states like Bermuda here, is a change in the mentality.
Right.
Everybody can do it. We can do it.
Right. We just think global.
We have to think globally now.
Right. Elizabeth Stewart and Steve O'Reilly competed in the Cardigan Ironman 70.3 in Colombia. O'Reilly was clocked in a time of 5:47.23, competing in the men's 50 to 54 age group category, and Stewart, competing in the female 45 to 49 age group, was clocked in an overall time of 6 hours, 28 minutes and 15 seconds. O'Reilly was the 468th competitor to cross the line. He was the 416th male competitor, and he was 17th in his age group division out of 85 competitors. O'Reilly was clocked at 43:48 on the swim. He would then clock 2 hours, 54 minutes and 50 seconds on the bike course before closing out with a time of 2:02.27 on the run course. Stewart was 9th out of 17 competitors in her age group. She was the 156th female to cross the line, and she finished 1,012th overall. Stewart clocked the third fastest age group swim time of 43:22. She would then cover the bike course in a time of 3 hours, 23 minutes and 17 seconds. She would close out the run course with a time of 2:12.01. Daquan Crockle was an unused substitute as his Port Vale teammates bowed out of the Senior Football Cup on kicks from the penalty mark. West Pembroke Primary School completed the Bermuda School Sports Federation Netball Double after winning the 2017 Primary School Knockout Tournament at Bernard Park yesterday. West Pembroke defeated surprise finalist Mount St. Agnes 7-3 in the final. West Pembroke had defeated Northland 7-4 in their semifinal, while MSA edged past Bermuda High School 6-5 in the other semifinal. Ashley Smolt and Lindsay Cox scored 16 points apiece to pace Roosevelt women's basketball team to a 69-60 win over Amali Smith and her Wilberforce, Ohio women's basketball teammates at the Goodman Center. Smith went 2 for 7 from the field and 1 for 1 from behind the three-point line for her 7 points on the night. Smith would also grab 4 rebounds in 22 minutes of action. Work Academy won the Bermuda School Sports Federation's Senior School Boys Volleyball title with a straight games win over MSA 21-18, 21-13. MSA made it a tough victory for Warwick in the first game, but a grueling 3-set semifinal win eventually took its toll on MSA, who ran out of steam. MSA overcame top seed Salters 1 in their semifinal on their never say die defense. Salters 1 took the first game 23-21, but MSA fought back to win the second game 21-16. MSA ran up an early lead in the third set and never looked back, winning the decider 15-10. Work Academy had little trouble defeating Salters 3 in the other semifinal, winning 21-15, 21-6.
Tonight's sports has been brought to you by the all-new Boundary at Fairmont, Southampton, the West End's only sports bar. Catch all the action and enjoy smoked to perfection barbecue, beer, and other pub favorites. It's game on at Boundary.
I'm Earl Baisden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
You can count on the marketplace for quality products, pricing, and service. Our produce comes from local farms and around the world. It's fresh, it's convenient, and we have a variety of organics. Our meats are custom cut and stored daily. We source the most sustainable fresh seafood. Our friendly professional butchers are here to meet your needs. You'll find trusted brands in gourmet and international products. Our ShopRite line offers the best quality for value. We've got a full complement of gluten-free and organic choices too. Our people take pride in their customer service.
Did you find everything you was looking for?
Shop at the marketplace because we're the supermarket you and your family can count on. We have 8 marketplace locations island-wide. And we're open Monday to Sunday for your shopping convenience.
WinReach, the Center for People with Special Needs, has launched its annual Christmas Appeal, which aims to raise the profile of the center and its users. It's also aiming to raise $20,000 to help fund its work. Last year, the campaign received more than $15,000 in donations. The center, located in Warwick, features a multi-purpose activity area, a petting zoo, and therapeutic riding facility, and a fully accessible playground. Around 200 people take part in activities at the center each week, with users ranging from preschoolers through to seniors. And that's our broadcast for this evening. I'm Jasmine Patterson. Thanks for watching. Good night.
Jasmine Patterson's wardrobe and makeup is provided by Gibbons Company.